Hey, welcome to Butcher Bay Rejects. I'm Mark.
I'm Greg. What's up, nerds?
How you doing this week, bud?
Pretty good. I have a question for you. I keep forgetting to ask you. So
Yep.
when all the Netflix, your Jessica Jones and Daredevils and Iron Fist moved to Disney Plus,
Yes,
I'm
sir.
assuming that one of your photos, your icon photo on Netflix, was one of these. If that's the case, what did you change it to when they left? You tell me yours, I'll tell you mine.
The icon photos on...
Well, yeah, like you know how you go to Netflix, it has
Yeah.
your name, Mark, and you were at one point you were able to put any of the Netflix series. I had Daredevil for the longest
Okay.
time, for a million years, and was quite saddened when it didn't exist anymore. So did you have anything from the...
No, actually, I have Voltron.
Oh, Voltron. Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought you would have picked Luke Cage or somebody. Okay.
No, Voltron
All right.
is a big one for me. So
So yours stayed the same.
yeah.
Mine changed. I didn't know what to choose, so I took Peyton List from Cobra Kai.
Oh, there you go.
You know, hey.
Pick the hottie.
I did. Speaking of hottie, we're going to go over the finale of Winning Time, Rise of the
Yes.
Lakers Dynasty. Happened last Sunday. Then we're going to get to a very, very good episode, I thought, of Survivor called
Yep.
Battle Royale. And then this was actually the penultimate episode of Halo, so next week is the finale. This episode was called Allegiance.
Mm-hmm.
And keeping true to their statement that, you know, this Star Trek Strange New Worlds was going to do like the old series where one episode takes place in one episode, you know what I mean? Like no continuing storyline. So
Right.
as we saw with Children of the Comet, that's exactly what they said they were going to do.
Self-contained.
Yep, self-contained. So Winning Time, let's get into it. So
Yes, sir.
the episode opens, they're actually in Game 5, I believe, with the Sixers.
A lot of drama.
Yeah. They're trying for their first championship there in a while. So this is the 79-80. So I mean, we all know what happens at the end, but it was fun watching it unfold, I should say.
Well, yeah, it was very interesting because I mean, one, you're seeing what's getting into the players' heads, and you're seeing how the players are overcoming a bunch of stuff in order to get to that ring, get to that trophy.
And during that game, talk about overcoming, Kareem goes down with an ankle injury. Their leading scorer's out,
Yep.
so naturally everyone's saying, you know, well, they don't have a prayer now, and then Magic takes over the center position.
Well, you know what? I mean, it was one of those things where I think Kareem knew Magic could do it, and I mean, you know, when Magic first came on, like he said, there was, you know, this kid that was all teeth and smiles, and you know, and now we need you to come, you know, carry this team. We need you to step up and be Magic. And man, he did hard, and he had to dig deep because he was hoofing at the end. And tell me that was not the best motivational line from Pat Riley.
Yep, 63-3, huh? That was the vote for MVP, Rookie of the Year. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah. And you just see his face change, and like, you know, I mean, for me coming from sports, I've seen that face I don't know how many times, and man,
I respond to that type of motivation too. You know, anything negative that's just fires me up.
Yeah. So you know, and then he pushes it and pushes hard, and you know, digs deep, and then you get his teammates going, "Come on, we're behind you. Let's do this." You know, and it's like total role reversal from when he first started, right?
Yeah. Well, let's also talk about when Kareem goes down. You know, poor old Spencer Haywood, you know, with cocaine addiction, thinks he's actually going to get called in. Yeah. But, you know, let's take a moment to, I keep forgetting to say, you know, I told you my most favorite football movie of all time is Remember the Titans. And that's actually Wood Harris, who plays Julius Campbell.
Yep.
In the movie. So I just want to shout out to him because I think he's good in everything he does. And
oh yeah, no, everything we've seen him in is fantastic. And I mean, even his portrayal of Spencer Haywood in a spiral, there was some heavy emotion there.
Yeah,
There was some...
guys, if you're thinking about trying cocaine, don't. All you have to do is watch
Was it coke or crack?
Well, they say it was coming around that time, 1980. I don't think it was fully crack yet, but it was definitely cocaine. And you don't have to do it. You just watch him, and you won't ever have to do drugs again, because that was a perfect portrayal of somebody bent out of shape.
Kudos to him and his acting chops for really, really bringing the reality of what's it like to be that way to the screen. Because I mean, shit, I'm watching that, and he's just kind of like, he's sweating. He's just like in and out of a daze and a haze. Almost shoots Kareem.
Yeah.
It's like, but like also kudos to Kareem for stepping up to help a guy. Like everything about this was just all fantastic. Even like the whole. The way the NBA said they gave the MVP to Magic instead of Kareem, which was a bit of a shitty thing to do, right?
Well, in the show, he's not perturbed. I didn't have a chance to look if that actually played out in real life.
Exactly,
afraid to, but
the way they portrayed it as him, we're good. It's okay. Being the team captain and making sure the team is elevated. You know what I mean? Not looking for the personal glory, but to bring that up, I
also love the Larry Bird scene when he goes back home, I guess, to French Lick, Indiana, and he's he's seeing that. What does a rookie of the year award mean when you're not in the finals? And his brother, I think, starts talking bad about Magic. He's like, "Shut the fuck up! At least he's there."
Yeah, and then right after the game, what's he doing? He's out in the back shooting hoops, working it out.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm coming for you next year.
That's right.
So it's just like, oh yeah, that's. But it was also seeing Larry in Magic's head too, right? He's. Especially that scene where Larry's on his couch, and then his mom and Cookie are there, and they're just kind of like giving him shit and back talking to him, and he's like, "Okay, Magic, man, get out of your fucking head."
Yeah, then we get the whole Jerry Buss is looking for a new treasurer. He thinks Jessie, his daughter, thinks it's going to be her, but he was really, tell me which one of the
that was a bit of
make it good. But ultimately, he gives it to Claire Laughman because she's just like his mom. She's a tough woman, right?
No, that was a clearly great decision.
So strong, independent woman, just like his mother. So,
but I do feel for Jeannie Buss,
Yeah. Well, she's currently in the news. I mean, she's the owner now, but she's currently in the news because she's not happy with the way the Lakers have been playing.
Yeah.
I've been reading articles about her.
But I mean, it just is showing how much Jerry Buss really doesn't understand the family dynamic.
Yeah, that's right. Well, hopefully he understands it more in season 2, which was green.
Well, I think when he was when they're at the game and he's watching his sons being little jerks. And he's just kind of like, yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
All in all, big thumbs up from me.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And especially with the ending there when he says, "This ain't my swan song," and he goes out on the roof with the rest of the Lakers and, for the parade and shit. And
yeah.
Because you think he's going onto the roof. What's he going to go right off? No. It's the party on the roof, man.
No, that's right. Oh, no. He keep that party going.
For sure. No, big thumbs up for me. I can't wait to see what unfolds next year.
All right. Let's kick it into Survivor. The last half of that was pretty entertaining. Some dumb moves made along the way. Let's start off with Jonathan. That's the type of challenge that Jonathan should have lost. So kudos to him because that is like a Guantanamo Bay stress position. They've used this challenge several times, and people don't last long on it. So the fact that the big guy,
considering
who should have been the first one
how
off,
much weight he's lost.
Yeah, well, this is the thing, though. Like, he's hangry, as they say. So his sheer size is going to get him voted off. I can't believe he's still in the game, but he's just snapping now, which is normal because, like I said, every other reality show in the world is scripted except for Survivor. You're not sleeping and you're not eating. You cannot hide your true self, okay? It's coming out. And his is coming out. The cracks are showing, but but we're nearing the end. If he could make it, but kudos to that. Lindsay, stupidest move of all time, like going in that challenge just for sheer ego,
Yep.
Because what they showed you, like what happened last season, the guy got lucky. He chose the right box. He didn't swap, so she, horseshoe up her butt that, she guessed right and didn't swap. Even though High's like, you always swap. Shut up, High. You haven't seen last season. This is the first time they've done it.
Maybe they did.
Swap.
Maybe one of the sequences said, here's last season. Oh shit! Look at what.
No. They.
Oh no.
No, they didn't. They're en route. No. Oh no. They're sequestered. No, they don't. They shoot them back to back. They like bring them to the country at the same time. One's playing, one's sequestered. No. No, they did not see it at all. No. But yeah.
Well, it's like.
I'll say now, like now I'm sold. Omar, if he makes it to the end, like has my vote because that was a pretty big move that he did. And no, he's not pissing anyone off. No one seemed to call him out yet. Drea made the dumbest move by telling Omar that she was going to do the, do you have an eye, thing. And, so that did her in. She shouldn't have said anything, but she did. But Omar convincing Mike to give it to him to hold on to and blah, blah, blah. So Omar, to me, is very slippery. And I, if he makes final three, then I think
now,
he has a chance.
Do you think Mike expects Omar to give it back to him?
Well, in past seasons, the person, I'd say the majority have, but there's some seasons where the person refused. And of course, it was pretty awkward.
Oh, I can imagine.
Yeah. But last season, like the guy that should have won, what he did was he didn't tell anyone. He knew the person was going to call him out. So he actually made, on his own, he made a fake community idol. He gives it to her. Oh, yeah, I have one. She brings it up to Jeff. Jeff's like, no, this isn't real. And the look on her face, like she got totally played. I was hoping for something similar, but as soon as Mike says no, then we get the flashback, right? With a quick flashback of what Omar did. So I don't know about you, who you like now that we're closer to the end, who you would like to win.
Well, right now it's very much a toss up. I mean, right now I'm enjoying the competition.
No, but like if
I'd still like to see Jonathan win.
No, me too.
I think Omar is.
Omar's been doing.
I think Omar
he's been
and
busy,
Jonathan
right?
Are the duo in the Pet Shops Boys song "Opportunities."
Yeah. Let's make lots of
money. I got the brain. You got the looks. Let's make lots of money. Because I mean, right now, reality. All Jonathan needs to do is take a step back. Go fishing, come back with a whole bunch of stuff, eat his heart out, and then
yeah. Speaking of eating their heart out, how many shots of Romeo Sleeping Rice were we gonna have to watch? Like, okay, Survivor producers, we get it.
Romeo's a little scavenger,
but but he's completely out of his element. He's lost. But like I said, this is the guy you want sitting next to you when the jury is asking you questions. Okay, Romeo, what did you do to get here? Besides, stealing rice?
He's the little scavenger that comes out in the dark and just kind of like,
Yeah, I mean, his strategy will get to the end.
He won't win.
In their right
mind.
Win. Shouldn't vote for him. No, he'll be a final three, but yeah,
it all depends on what challenges come up, right? If there's anything physical now. Mm-hmm. Jonathan is starting to feel the physicality because he's not eating. He's not thinking. Like you said, he's hangry.
Yeah, but how many calories a day is it he says he normally eats?
A couple
some ungodly amount, I forget
whatever. So I mean, this is where his test starts. I think Lindsay, yes, pure ego. But she definitely is a competitor, physically.
Well, let me ask you this: what they've done though, like, because even Jeff was shocked. I've never seen that many people sit out thinking they were confident. But it's the first one that steps off. But what if Jonathan was the only one doing the challenge? Like, they didn't explain what would happen if.
Well, if everybody sits out, then I don't know if Jonathan had to do.
Well, no, but one
challenge.
One did it. Well, that's the thing. They didn't explain. Like, I was curious, what if Lindsay didn't do it? Then there's no one to step off. Jonathan's by himself. So maybe he would have made like, you, okay, we're drawing straws. One of you has to compete.
Okay,
maybe,
nobody wants to play. Jonathan wins immunity. You know what I mean? Like,
wait a minute.
Every week he's on the chopping block. Everyone's like, he's hangry. He's like, fuck, appreciate me. I'll get you all this shit. Like, okay, you're having a hard time. Take a step back.
But I will say, Drea, too bad. It's the first time I think I heard the word Montreal in 22 years on the show. But at least she went out smiling. That was funny. Mike's like, did you throw 2 votes on me? She goes, I put 2 votes on you.
Yeah, but the thing,
like, I'm still coming to see you in Canada.
That was another well executed takeout.
Well, yeah, because she's saying, like, look, guys, if you don't wake up, Mike's going to take it all. And then she named each one, differently, like, so-and-so is this. I can't remember everything she said, but she made sure the jury, but even though she's going back to live with the jury at Ponderosa, they all discuss the game. I'm wondering if
Marianne's like, I'm the only one left.
Probably Marianne.
We go down that road again. And it's
oh boy, geez. Yeah, hoping,
No, right now, contender-wise, I think everybody's got a they've got a horse in the race. I mean, we'll see what happens next week if Omar gives Mike the idol back. Yeah.
Yeah, well, we're coming up to the finale. It's usually a 3-hour finale.
So,
it's this month anyway. It's ending. So.
Right now, Omar has orchestrated quite a bit. So he's definitely got the brains to pull it off. If Mike can get some food in him, like if they win a reward challenge for food and just let him scoff, 4 pizzas. Of course, he's going to shit or puke that up afterwards. One of the two. At least then that hangry aspect will subside and he'll be able to keep his head clear for the game. Mike is the journeyman. He's like that one you don't see coming,
Yeah, well, and he's playing and he's a social game, like she said.
No, and he's very much about giving his word and whatnot. Although I think he's using that phrase a little bit too much. Because he's gone back on his word a few times, because he's had to survive it.
Yeah, as long as he admits it at the jury. Because I've seen so many good players blow it at the jury. You never, like, they're bitter. Yeah. They're sitting, where they want to be, where you're sitting. Okay, they don't want to be there, and they have to give you money. So if you think, like I say, you look at someone sideways at breakfast. You say the slightest thing wrong to the juror when he's asking you a question, like, you don't tell them what they think. I've seen so many people blow it, like, just lose their chance because they contradicted the jury.
Of course.
So I hope he.
We've already discussed Romeo's the little scavenger. Marianne is quite the under the radar.
Romeo must die. Yeah, exactly. And that, with her personality, exactly. I mean, Christ, she'd win automatically. So, for God's sakes.
Yeah. Like I said,
let's wait and see.
Survivor hasn't changed much. It's still the same drama from way back when.
Well, the challenges might be different. The amount of immunity idols in the game might be more. But one difference I see it's still the
Jeff
same social game.
Definitely ripping into them during the challenges. Like, you just want, fuck off, Jeff. I'm concentrating.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Shut up, Jeff.
Dude,
bro. Shut
really?
Up. Just drop that wicker ball because of you.
Yeah.
Anyway, well, tune in next week for another episode. Now, I've been dying to talk about Halo, so I'm going to sum this episode up. A 40-year-old Spartan virgin has sex with a war criminal, a war prisoner, and with a unicorn hologram watching him. Okay, so that'll basically sum it up for you. Cortana, the unicorn, for you people who don't know, is the
yeah,
third party, and well, is invited to a threesome. So there she is, watching them have sex like a wistful unicorn. There's so much going on in this, making my head swim.
You know
this
what?
Episode.
I mean,
I know people online aren't happy about it, but
actually, you know what? That episode makes a whole ton of sense if you really, really want to break it down. Here's a guy who's has not had an emotional connection since he was a child. Because of his training, because of implants, because of anything. It's always been about the job. It's been about the military. It's been about the thing, right? So now he's experiencing all kinds of emotions. He's been keeping it under wraps for the most part. But now along comes someone who he makes a connection with. And I mean, we've all done it. We've all made a connection with someone that we probably shouldn't have. And
well, I never removed my laser finger for anyone. That stays with me.
And now it's like, boom. And of course, the whole misunderstanding, the thing that incriminates her comes out right when she's trying to make amends and try to be. Well, that's just it.
Okay, so do you think she was? I wanted to ask you that. Do you think?
Well, that's one thing I was trying to figure out as well.
Seducing him?
Is this part of this? Is the seduction part of the plan, or is she going to get turned around? I think she turned around. I think near the end, she wanted to, even though the original plan was to infiltrate and do all kinds of damage. I think at the end she turned around and that's why she was desperately like, no, don't, and the fact.
Yeah. Well, me too, and the fact that I think the guard shocked her like when she was a kid.
Yeah, was her pulling out the little laser dagger out of her finger. I think for me that was her saying, no, I was wrong. The covenant was wrong. This is where I need to be. That kind of thing. This is like, so, all kinds of connection going on, all kinds of things happening. And, Halsey definitely is now showing her colors, right? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. She invoking the Z protocol and everything there. Woo.
Kudos to Kai for
Risen Vanek to fight, for her, basically. Ooh,
does the rescue sequence. Like you can see her?
She does come. Yeah, at the end,
being
she comes
part
in
of the humanity again. Like she's not a drone to follow orders. Like she's picking up warthogs and like, all right, pay me. So and her coming, and her coming to Chief's rescue and stuff like that.
CrossFit workout with a warthog.
I'm liking the way this is developing a little bit because, I know people are gonna bitch about this and so on, but in the game it's all one dimensional, right? You're there to fight the Covenant and that's what you do. This offers makes everybody three-dimensional. It makes them real people. They're not just two-dimensional characters on the screen that you puppet to play and it's like kill. This is like, we're seeing a backstory. We're seeing how these people develop. It's like the movie Soldier with Kurt Russell, right? They're indoctrinated. They're this and that, but then they find out.
Yes,
it's all a sham. It's all a thing. They're discarded afterwards, and then they're like realize that they have something else to offer. They have something else they could be something else. And I think this is what's going to happen. Eventually, I'm pretty sure after going through all this, Master Chief stays on because he feels it's the right thing to do to defend against the Covenant, but he's doing it by his choice. And that becomes a much stronger bond than just go kill soldier, So
yeah, he sees Master Chief sees Mackie on Halo just one last time, where she tells him goodbye.
Yeah.
So,
no, I think in essence, it's going to be.
What he's going to do with that? trying to
I think
reconnect.
so this was the penultimate episode, finale next week. I think this shit is going to hit the fan in such a hard way.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
And no, it's going to be good. I think obviously Master Chief is going to suit up for the big battle because
that fight would have gone a different way had he had his armor on.
Oh, for sure.
He was still holding his own against
absolutely,
two of them
absolutely.
Yeah.
So I think in the end, this is going to be one, a clear up of serious politics, and two, a major fight with the Covenant. I think the Covenant's going maybe the Covenant's going to take Maquis, and Master Chief wants to get her, and he's going to do everything he can to fight the Covenant in order to get her, or it's going to fuck with him. It's going to fuck. The UNFC will keep secrets from him that they were trying to put her away, and there's going to be a shitstorm. I just think there's going to be a shitstorm.
Yep. Well, I can't wait to see it.
Oh, of course. This is all the good stuff.
Yeah. Now let's get into some more good stuff, sir. Strange New Worlds, Children of the Comet. Now, I just want to preface this by saying I've read George Takei's book a lot and Nichelle Nichols' book, so I know this actually, there's some basis in fact here, that whole thing where Cadet Uhura is not sure if she wants to remain in Starfleet. That actually comes from Nichelle Nichols' real life, because she was thinking about leaving the show because they were giving her less and less to do. But Martin Luther King talked her into it. He said, no, you must stay on TV even if you're doing nothing because you're an inspiration. So they took that part and made it into the episode they worked it into this episode.
Well, they did a good job of it because that was quite the interesting.
We find out there's a grandmother who are like, everyone's like, what, a grandmother? Like, oh boy. But
Nichelle Nichols has to play that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Come on, that would be a great cameo.
No, I liked the whole episode. I liked how they're trying to be less military and more family kind of thing.
Well, yeah, I mean they're hazing the rookie. They're all eating. Whenever do you see anyone eating in Kirk or Picard's
exactly
room?
And he's making ribs.
And he had Saurian brandy. Yeah. I saw the bottle.
He's making. I got to check the ribs. Like the captain's cooking for us. Come on.
Don't they? Yeah, don't they have that thing that just calls
replicators? I don't think.
Yeah,
but I liked how Uhura stood her ground a little bit, like when they were hazing her, and she was asking. I guess the guy that was cutting carrots is blind, but he's got more telepathic awareness, and then she just mouths off at him in his own language, and they just kind of like.
Yeah.
And then Vulcan is just like, well done, cadet. Well done. I'm going to get a drink, but, no, I'm liking this cast. I love the pilot. What's her name? Ortega.
Oh,
yeah.
Ortega? Well, I was thinking though, like when she was maybe it's just because of her hairstyle, but if you think about it, like if this is original series, no one was walking around with hair like that, right? I mean, not on because it's very navy, right? For women, but other than I like her. It's just that her hair was messy.
No, but like her attitude and like the way she flies and
Well, she called one of her moves. She threw an Ortega.
And Pike kind of looked at her like, really? Yeah, watch. Like, boom, there he goes.
Yeah, he had a problem with everything, even the translation. Shepherds?
Well, that's what I like about the show. It's not as stiff as, say, Next Generation was. Next Generation was very stiff. Like, everybody was protocol and prime directive. And, the original series had a little bit of lax in it as well. But this really, really kind of like... Hey, we're out in the middle of space. Let's ease up a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, But when it comes time to get stuff done, they're all business. And Uhura figuring out everything was musical and singing. And Uhura could always sing. I wonder if when they recruited this actress, can you sing?
Yeah, Spock was one of the oldest. He's playing a lute or a lyre, and Nichelle Nichols was
exactly.
Singing
so I mean, yeah. No, I loved everything about it, and of course, Sam Kirk's first one out.
Well, yeah, he was lying in much the same way in the that old episode where he's lying on his back. They thought was intentional, whereas, like I said, Kirk had to play his own brother. But that was. But he doesn't die for a couple of years later.
Yeah. But I was just like,
annihilate.
Okay, if he's gonna be the new red shirt, because that's the first thing I thought is that she's going out, she's a red shirt, and I'm like,
I was looking for that.
Boy.
When they all suited up, I was looking if there were any extras.
Khan
actors.
was in a red shirt, so was Uhura. So can't knock those two off. You got 2 blues, 2 reds. You got to keep it even.
No, we got the big mystery around Noonien Singh that no one's talking about. So I can't wait for that episode. Our chief security officer has the same name as last name is
Dad.
Khan, so waiting for them to broach that topic there.
Dad, will you stop? You're embarrassing me.
Yeah. Admiral.
But no, like everything about this is great, and I think a little bit in each episode, even though these are all going to be self-contained, there's still Pike's dealing with knowing when he was going to.
Yeah, he even knows the names of all the cadets he saves too.
I think that's going to be an underlying story throughout the whole thing. But I think he's gaining perspective
but it looks like
with each episode.
Yes, but they're also dropping hints that might change the timeline because when he was talking to number 1, she was saying something like that. You can change your fate. So I'd be happy. Sure, they'd be breaking the canon, but I'd love for more seasons.
Well, you know
right?
what? I mean,
because they're bringing Kirk into season 2 of this show. So he's such a good actor. I always loved
that's just it. He plays this
he's
really well, and he's very diplomatic when trying to when he's dealing with the other races and so on and so forth. So it's really an interesting character study. I think if they broke canon and created a new timeline, this could be interesting. This could be very, very interesting.
Yeah. He's also got his own podcast called The Well, people. If you want to listen to it on Apple Podcasts, called The Well. So check it out. Well, we got some sad news. Two greats died last week.
Yeah.
George Perez, the DC Marvel artist, died, way too young.
Created a lot of our favorite comic books.
I think I last met him at the Montreal Comic Con in 2012. He signed my number 1 Infinity Gauntlet there, along with Jim Starlin. So, a very nice guy. I remember meeting him. And then, of course, Fred Ward, the actor, The Right Stuff, Remo Williams, Tremors, Uncommon Valor. I mean, yeah.
He was also a good comedian. He had some good comedy timing, too. He was also in, like, Sweet Home Alabama and what was that? Yeah.
Well, Tremors too. I thought him and Kevin Bacon.
What was that baseball one with Freddie Prinze Jr.? Summer Catch.
I don't know. He did a. Oh, shoot.
That was in the 90s. That was like one of those. Yeah, that was like
when early 90s, right?
Freddie Prinze was doing all those movies. You had Paul Walker in there. You had. Well, he wasn't in this one. That was in She's All That. But he did they did a whole bunch of like those '90s teen type movies. In this one, Freddie Prinze Jr. plays a pitcher in the Cape League. And who else was in that? Who was the girl?
Oh, okay.
Jessica Biel. Yeah. Fred Ward played
Oh,
his
yeah,
father.
right.
So it was a good movie. It was a good movie. But, I mean, for me, it's always either Remo Williams or Uncommon Valor.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, the scene where he's like, Sailor! Master Wilkes!
Yeah. And this, the same day or around the same day he dies, the first photo of Gene Hackman in a billion years is out. Gene Hackman's 92 and he's been a recluse.
Yeah, I saw that
today
one.
A photo surfaced where he's posing with a fan. Yeah.
Yeah. More of our childhood is fading away.
And, other than that, yep. Rest in peace, guys.
Well, the only other news is my short film is out. Did you get a chance to watch it?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
What'd you think?
Yeah, I watched it 3 times, and you'll probably put the link. To
I'll put it on the episode.
On the
so
episode,
what do you think? What did you think of it?
Yeah, no, I thought the camera work was very, very good. Very good. I'm wondering how you didn't get bothered as much as you did, because you were, obviously right outside.
Well, security actually did come by a couple of times.
People would be. Oh, okay. No, I thought like pedestrians would just be.
Although there were a couple of drug
so
dealers doing drugs, doing deals out in the corner behind the.
That's where my sister parked her car. Where the assassin. That's right there.
Well, just tucked away. There was a couple of guys doing deals and whatnot. I think they were a little worried we were going to catch them on camera.
Yeah. That's all.
No, it was a good go. I mean, we you plan all out, and then things change, and so we had to adapt and we had to improvise. And I think everybody came out pretty good. For improvising fight scenes and such, we had fun with it. The guys didn't really want to mess up their suits.
Nice. Well, when you watch it, vote them up.
Public
voting
is now open. You just vote in. You're going to get sent a verification email. As soon as you verify, everything is loaded up. Because I want to win.
Excellent.
I want your validation. No.
Well, you get
$5
grand in camera
is a
equipment
$15,000 grant. There's 2 cameras.
Okay.
A GoPro 10 and a FreeFly Wave, which is it's a high-speed camera. It's one of those ones, when you see those super slow-mo of like sledgehammer breaking a TV and you just see all the glass flying out and whatnot. That's what these cameras are. That's what those things are filmed on. So, like, I think it films like 4,000 frames a second. So you can like really slow it down, and you just capture everything. So one of those, and then there's gift certificates for various sites for equipment and whatnot. A free camera rental loadout, and multiple subscriptions and whatnot. So, it was fun to do, and just want to get some votes in and see what happens. Plenty of other stuff too. I'm going to try and get Greg on camera if he.
Yeah.
I'm gonna write a short.
Nope.
Equilibrium just for him.
No, I don't go in movies anymore. I'm just a movie reviewer. Speaking of movie reviews, we will have the Northman and Morbius reviews for you next week.
And also
right here on
Lost City came out.
Rejects.
I already watched it.
I didn't know if you wanted to see that. Okay. Okay, we'll talk.
If you don't want to watch it, it's okay. I'm the one that told you
I do. I
about
didn't think you wanted to watch it. No, I knew about that movie before you, but I thought, this isn't a Mark movie, so I didn't even bother bringing it up. Well, I didn't bring it up, but So anyway, we'll talk. Bring us home with that beautiful baritone voice of yours, Mark. You can find us on
social media. Search Butcher Bay Rejects on YouTube. You can find us on Twitter at Bay Rejects. You can find us on Facebook at Butcher Bay Rejects. as well as on TikTok at Butcher Bay Rejects. And everything about us is on our website, butcherbayrejects.com. Our podcast can be found on all the podcast platforms: Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, Alexa TuneIn, Amazon Music, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and Pandora. This has been Butcher Bay Rejects. I am Mark.
I'm Greg. See you next week, nerds.
Have a good one. Bye.
Bye.